What's up everyone, it's Research here today. Welcome back to another video. And today we are going to be playing a game that's actually a visual novel based on our favorite boy from SMG4 called A Wire of Love. Let's kill that TV demon. Oh no, why would you want to kill a man? That's very rude. You should not do that, such a thing. Anyway, so, sorry, I'm going to be coughing in this matter here, so I hope you don't mind me. So basically, this game is all about So this game right there, you basically are interacting with Mr. Puzzles, and you have to find ways to, basically kill the, TV man. So, yeah, this is not what I expected. I never really seen anyone actually create a visual novel based on Mr. Puzzles before. But here we are today. This basically is made by Milky Cafe and Friends. So, without further ado, let us see how we must kill Mr. Puzzles. But we're gonna try our best to be nice to him. I don't know, we shall see. So, without further ado, let's get started and see what A Wire of Love has for us today. Which one? Let's go. Is my name. Name is Sorrow. Oh, there's the music. Huh. I was wondering where the music was. Okay, so my name is Sorrow, of course. Oh, so we're inside of this place. Darkness was all that you could see for a while. Usually you didn't mind, of course. Sometimes it is quite calming to find yourself all alone with nobody to bother you. It's nice, truly. But today was a bit different. You feel yourself sinking into the chair you were forcefully sat down onto. Your eyes finally start to adjust to a rather rough conditions. Is that a screen in front of you? Yet before you could so much as mutter a single word, the television turns itself on. Aww. Oh, there's the boy! Hello! You are met with an image of a rather peculiar man talking about what was going on in the background. He is much too enthusiastic about it. A little more than you'd expect from a normal show host. Something's off. And you're sure to figure it out soon enough. He's... Oh! Sorry. Oh, the drama, the tragedy, the tension, the bloodshed. Narrating a massacre intensively, everything in a recording studio is on fire, and people were trying to save their lives from the numerous falling objects and other wackiness going on around them. And you are a next grand movie. Only more of that to come. Mark your calendars on April 20th, as you surely would have wanted to miss the grand Puzzlevision is he announcing the Puzzlevision movie? Oh my god, so I guess this is taking place during that time, I see, okay. Then, the TV shuts off abruptly. As you're once again left without a word, you ponder what was all of this leading to. You aren't left wondering for long. Oh. Hello? Wait. Who that? Mix Cyril. What the heck? Not Vox? Oh my god. Did they add a cameo of Vox in this matter here? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. No, it's not Mr. Not Vox. Oh my god, the awareness of this matter here. And we got more handsome TV boys in this household. You aren't left wondering for long. Miss Cyril, you bite your bottom lip when you hear that voice and see that blue glow illuminate from the newly booted up television. You don't know when your wires started digging into your skin. You soon left yourself relax a bit. The absolute worst thing to do right now is to show fear. Quite the meeting, no? You remain silent. Remind me, how long has it been since we last worked together? Or have you forgotten? Sarcasm leases his voice. That awfully smooth demeanor of his always gets onto your nerves. That isn't the only thing, but still. I bet you love to forget. Quit the chit-chat. What do you want? Sorrow, don't act as if you hadn't been through this before. You swear you could see a hint of a smile on that flat's face. Your eyes dart to the ground, but only for a split second. We know the situation you're currently in. Such a poor soul with so much talent. No less. What was that you did for a hobby? Don't try to sway me with your professional act, jerk. And I'm doing fine, thank you. Oh my gosh. Don't call him a jerk. That's very mean right there. They basically made him more menacing in this matter here, and that's really clever, honestly. Just, they don't fully reveal his design or his colors. It just basically looks like a vision you're having, with only one thing that's different is his eyeball. It's Mr. Not Fox for you, Bert. He calms himself down with a sigh, then pulls out some papers from under the desk. You really don't like where this is going. Let's see what I have here. Look, it's a funny little paper. He clears his throat unceremoniously. You wonder what was it that he's got on you this time. You are hereby notified that under the lease agreement dated March 1st to... You feel your blood boil a little as the guy continues reading. He cooperated on screaming at the guy here and there, but you decided it'd be for the best if they stay silent for now. You know what he's capable of. You've seen it after all. Oh, so basically he's like the big boss of this matter here. Oh no, that's scary. I mean, since he probably is going to be something else in Season 2, who the heck knows. Your rent is past due! Oh no, my rent is past due! Oh no, what tragedy! With that, he looks back up at you. Your rent is past due. With that, he looks back up at you. You couldn't pay off renting a house made of cardboard boxes. Not everyone has the best financial stability like you. Inflation is a thing. But I would have been surprised if that flew over your stupid hat. Oh, that's rude. Why is my character always gotta be the jerk in this matter here? I get it, he's a jerk himself, but still. That was sure to make him regret saying that. You cross your arms firmly. Oh, who are you kidding? Your funny meter is lower than your charisma, which is saying something. The tough act was dropped as soon as the realization dawned on you. He stares at you with disapproval, but quickly washes away. He regains his composure within a minute, scuffling the papers around. He doesn't put away the eviction notice, nonetheless. So, do I need to remind you why you need this job? I don't kill evil famous people on the big screen. Too many investigators. Don't you have anyone less of in a spotlight to take out? Besides, even if he is doing horrible crimes... Oh, I don't want you to kill him because he's a bad person. You do one of these confused frog blinks. Oh my god, yeah, the frog blinks like, eh. The thing is, he's been stealing half of my viewers ever since his little Puzzlevision series started airing. Oh, so basically, Not Vox is so jealous of Mr. Puzzles because he's stealing his spotlight. Ooh, this is definitely canon right there. This is the canon event. He's so jealous of Mr. Puzzles' freaking success. Yeah, that could be a cool concept, don't you think, guys? People these days can't even appreciate good talking shows. Wait, you want me to kill him simply because he's got more views than you? Precisely. You're crazy! Wait, I thought you said you didn't want me to kill him. Like, what the hell? What's that change of pace? Don't act like you don't want this. Or, at the very least, as if you aren't in dire need for money. Let me put it in short. You in or not? Oh, what would you say? Oh god, what do I say in this matter here? Save it. This is gonna be very important. I'm not gonna kill him because you want more views, mister. I'm sorry. Still not... Okay. Still not interested. Would you want to spend the rest of your life in jail? Ah, I see. He remains silent, then claps his hand twice. Uh-oh, what does that mean? Alright, take him out. You better not tell anyone about this, or you're dead. With that, you briefly notice two buff TV guys take you by your shoulders. Oh my, two buff TV guys? What do they look like? I didn't even get a good glance exactly as to what they look like. Oh no, so basically we got taken out. They throw you out of the window where you then fly on your face, causing your own to crack even more than it already was. Very quiet ouch as you get up again. Oh, crap. Yeah, basically we just got thrown out of the window. Wow, that's very nice. Oh my god, what is that? Cat bench. Cat bench, that's hilarious. Bad world. Oh my goodness. That was kind of rude that they just threw me out of the window. Like, what the heck? 2 weeks later. After being nearly killed by the damage the two caused you to take, you began to live in the big box you found on the street. Unfortunately, you still couldn't pay off the rent a lovely pair of cockroaches wanted you to. Mike, the husband, didn't understand the sheer tragedy of the place you were unwillingly put in. So, with Barbara crying on the ground, you left with a tear in your digital eye. Around 2 days were spent here. Then you went to the stewage. While it was sometimes a little crowded, the mice and rats seemed quite welcoming for the most part. You felt at home, and you were happy helping the household tasks and whatnot. But one night, you were waken up by the rodents trying to stick a sacrifice into your head with the microwave in it? What the fudge? You felt at home, and you were happy, helping with the household takes and whatnot. Luckily, you escaped, but now you have no place to sleep in. Around 4 days went by helping the little ones, and then you slept nearly like 8 days. Everything seems to be fine, that is, and an annoying bottle of fish comes up to you and starts talking about anime. Is that like a Boofkins reference? You punch the guy in the face numerous times, but he always comes back. But you decided to dip. So now you're here, in a little small box, which is thankfully don't have to pay anything. At least for now. Those spiders in the corner looked like they're just waiting to make you buy their pastries and to pay your taxes. I think that's a Muffet freaking reference. You hate it here. But all your worries are about to be ended. You hear angelic music in the background. What's that? Looking up at your box, your eyes widen in shock. You can feel presence, what's happening. And it seems as if you're being saved. Oh. It's a kitty cat! What the heck? Oh, Zubik. Hello, LGBT. Wrong script. Do not fret, my child. You're going with me. What? The cat exclaims, and you soon are taken into the air with a bunch of flying cats. You all fly away the sunset, and you feel bliss. Wow. Ending 0. Cat heaven. Wow, so basically that's what happens when you refuse to take the job. Oh my god, so we basically got to cat heaven. Oh my god, that is actually pretty funny, but so cute at the same time. I wonder what it's like in cat heaven. Maybe it's just heaven with a bunch of cats and stuff. Okay, let's actually be serious. Okay, sure, whatever. I accept the task right there, even though I don't want to kill him. You know what? Count me in. He seems pleased with your response. Good choice. Let me get you started. Oh my, look at what we got here. We got a bunch of photos of each of the characters here. Okay, let's see who we got in this battle here. So we got Maggie, we got Gangle, we got Tari, we got Bendy, Cuphead, this guy, Sonic, Papyrus. Oh my god, there's definitely like a lot of references here. I see Bill Cipher, and I see, I think, Pomni. Yeah, there's definitely like a lot of people that have been targeted by Mr. Notbox. What did they do to him? Like, what the heck? His name is Mr. Puzzles. He's a TV host, as you might have already guessed. The papers in your hands crumble. He also has a little studio in which he does all of this nonsense he calls his magnificent episodes. Your migraine is increasing by the minute. He didn't share the location anywhere. Scared of crazy fans, perhaps. You struggle to continue to read the newspaper in your hands. One of your tasks will be to find out where the studio is exactly. The other is you already know. With the waiver of your hand, you put a red drawing pin into the photo of the showman. Right into his head. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't know how this is gonna go, man. You've got 2 weeks. You shudder as you remind yourself of that day. Wait, how long was it since? Your tired gaze can't help but dart over to the calendar, but before you get the chance to read the date properly, you expect yourself. Oh my gosh. Oh wait, is that supposed to be me? I basically look like that? That's actually a pretty neat design, like with like a bunch of moss for clothing and stuff here. I think that's what it is, I don't know. And yeah, we also hold a stop sign for some reason. You aren't the biggest fan of how you look. All your clothes is more than just a little worn out. And you're afraid of the consequences that may require after trying to rearrange those wires by yourself. All the money Not Vox has given you went into renting a room and the investigation. You don't think a glow-up was necessary though, even after you get the payment. You shake your head. Now isn't the right time to think about such things. You'll get to washing yourself eventually. Wait, you're a robot. You can't wash yourself with water? Like, what the heck? You finally take in the sight of the calendar, and your heart skips a beat. 5 days left. Oh my god, 5 days left. Bro, what have you been doing through this whole time? You said you had 2 weeks, and now it's already that time? Really? Where did the time go by? You could swear it was 12 yesterday. You never thought stock. I mean, you mean perusing, gather critical information. Would be so time consuming. You usually didn't have to go so in depth on the fellas you were supposed to take out, but this is one of them big shots. Yeah, so I think this whole thing is taking place during the time before Puzzlevision movie was released. So that's kind of funny, and you can see trailer. That's maybe probably when the trailer was released. Yeah, I don't remember. This has been a long time since I've seen the movie. Great movie, by the way, so yeah. If you were to get caught by him, you actually do not want to think about what would happen. You huff to yourself, throwing the magazine onto the ground. You quit medical school to pursue your dreams as a writer, and this is how you end up? You drag a hand across your face. You were hoping you could wait a week to learn the usual times of when he goes out and such, but with all of the data you've been able to gather, his workload of Monday is the safest, thus lessening the chance of failure and instant death. So taking your beloved stop sign along with a couple of other incidentals, you take a last look at your little map of the door and leave. Next stop, Puzzlevision headquarters. Little did you know, your whole life was about to turn around in such a couple of hours. Oh boy, so yeah, we're going to Puzzlevision headquarters. I wonder how that's gonna go. Sorry, you should wake up in 2 to 3 hours though. You say as you step over to a now unconscious body of a worker. Getting through the security in this building was more than challenging than you expected, especially when you wanted to avoid causing much ruckus. You almost got smacked across the head by a couple of times while there, but oh well. You get to the top of the studio without getting caught. The great Puzzlevision halls seems a lot emptier now. Still, it's better than having to hurt more people. As you climb up the stairs, you dwell on the question if the soon-to-be dead dude would be quite as tall as media showcases him as. You took an image of the espresso floor with him and you take an image of that SMG4 with him, and if the internet is being truthful, he's around 3 to 4 meters. If that were to turn out to be true, he's going to be a pain to drag to the base. How does one even survive on that height? You'd be surprised. There's like a bunch of people that know. Oh Oh my god, they literally played the audio. Like, what the heck? Perhaps that isn't all too strange when you take into consideration the sheer audacity of doing such a thing. You dabble in biology here and there, and one thing you could say for sure was that no normal human would be capable of surviving with having almost 4 meters at their back. Unless he's actually just a couple of gnomes in a suit. What? Why would you think that idea here? There's Puzzlevision. He's in his office with the cigar right there. That's a cigarette? Oh my god, that's a huge cigarette there. You should definitely avoid lung cancer, darling. And there's a bunch of TVs in the way. You don't realize when, but you finally reach the room of Mr. Puzzles himself. This isn't quite an extravagant as you expected it to be. The door is slightly open, and you considerately overheard the man rumbling to himself. 4.5. He seems distressed. Why don't these people ever appreciate good entertainment? Who am I kidding? They wouldn't have been able to notice if it were to hit them in the face. He leans back into his chair, lighting another cigarette. How does he even... Another semi-hypothetical question to the brunch. But you aren't here to ask those. Getting your head out of... Where did that sound effect come from, man? Like, what the heck? Getting your head out of the clothes and going into your tippy toes, you barge into the room and hit the guy with the stop sign across the head. Oh, wow, we did. Checking his pulse, you hope to kill the TV man. Seeing as you hit him too lightly, you raise your sign again. There they are! There they are! Catch them! Uh-oh, you hear someone yelling down the corridor. In the fit of panic, you throw him over your shoulder. Surprisingly, he isn't as light as he seems. Your knees bent a little under his weight on you. A mix of wires, bones, and flesh. You try not to think about it as you run to the nearest windowsill. Oh god, we gotta run. We gotta kidnap this boy. Oh god. Oh boy, that was close right there. Yeah, we basically did it already here. You breathe in and out. You breathe in and you breathe in and as you finally reach your apartment after running from Puzzles' workers, while normally you'd just be going through the motions, this felt different. Is it because of the fact of who you are kidnapping exactly? Or because you had to run 7 freaking kilometers to get here? I don't know, maybe both, probably. You let the thoughts wander in your head as you tie the man to a chair quite tightly. You go check the many weapons you gathered in the room to get okay, the grammar though, god. You first start off with a water gun that you bought yesterday. Oh god, a water gun. It was placed in the top right corner of the room, stuck in the ceiling with one and only pixel tape. As you are busy with that, the TV seems to finally regain at least a part of his awareness. Oh no. Aww! Oh my god, is this the boy? Yeah, so basically he's already tied up. Oh, it's okay, darling. I'm not going to torture you or anything. Where am I? His screen quietly turns on, displaying a confused expression, before quickly switching to a more irritated one upon noticing the ropes on his waist. Oh god, is this a joke on SMG Force's behalf? As if I haven't yet seen such a common trope in a number of shows? He scoffs, visually annoyed. You could put down the cartridge now, I don't know how you got out of my control, but... You decided to interrupt him mid-sentence. Not a joke. Yeah. I love how this game replicates all of its expressions from the original. Like, these expressions are just so goofy and just so cute, honestly. Yeah, that face, though. Yeah, that's definitely me in this situation. You're not SMG4? Not at all. Who are you, then? I can't tell you. All you need to know is that I've kidnapped you for a reason, that's all. He stares at the photos of himself on the opposite wall. In that case, you must be a fan of mine! Oh, I sure do, man. Aw, he just assumes that I'm just a crazy fan that tied him up. A little over enthusiastic, but I can work with that. My, it must be just like in those crime discoveries. I did have a script in mind with this very scenario, but I distress. Perhaps it really is better to experience it yourself first, with reference. You can't help but freeze by that. You get your hands off of the water gun and proceed to respond as follows. Oh boy, what do I say here? How did you come up with that? No, I actually love you, like, love you. Okay, that definitely seems very, very, very weird. I wouldn't want to be this over-obsessive here. Yes, I love the boy, of course, but I want to be this crazy right there. Yep, let's save it right there. Whatever, even that's not what I'm here for. I suppose you could call me one of your name, Vance. It makes you happy. Sorry, tongue twister right here. I watch all of your episodes, but I still wouldn't say that makes me. He's quite immediately lights up at that, more than gleeful at the news. Oh, I knew it! No normal person would have all of the dates of my wonderful shows in order for their walls and their intentions were only to harm me. Oh, and some of my posters too! He glazed forward with a huge smile. You stand there rather awkwardly. If all that you wanted to do was get an interview, though, I can assure you there are easier ways to get to one. He kicks one of his legs over the other. You're not here for an interview. Not for an interview, please? You crack me up. It's clear you enjoy looking at this gorgeous mug of mine. Aw, yeah, of course. I definitely think that you have a gorgeous mug right there. I wouldn't kidnap you because you needed to explain yourself, dear. If I were you, I wouldn't have been able to resist myself either. I do not find you attractive in any way. Shape or form. Oh, that's so rude. How dare you? Why would you say that, man? Like, why? Go on then. Continue lying to yourself. You're lost. Bro, that's not true. My character does not know exactly what he's talking about. Yeah, she doesn't know what she's talking about, man. The truth is, you not only like me as a person, but you love my cinematography as well. Drag a hand across your face in annoyance. I'm not attracted to celebrities, neither will be. As a writer, I'd rather look at personality than... You're a writer? He suddenly seems more interested than before. Well, I dropped out college to write, but it's nothing to talk about. Hold it! Oh, you're just trying to get me to waste time. No, I simply wish to... Cut it! You groan, shaking your head. Oh, you made the boy cry. How dare you make the boy cry? Like, why would you do that such a thing? Strangely, he doesn't exactly seem like he was lying here. But then again, he's a good actor, so time to get back on track. As I was saying before, I was interrupted. He let out a small sigh. Let me ask you again. Any last words? Well, as much as I admire trying to stick to your script, I must say that trope was been overused by now. I expect a little more creative and such a genius writer like yourself. You point a gun at his face. Oh no! No! Bro, are you kidding me? It was nice to meet you then, I suppose. Oh, you shudder, taken back by your actions. Pardon? You were being serious? This isn't being filmed? If you want to add more drama into the spectacle, we could do it in some other way that'll benefit us both. You shake your head. Let's get this over with, Puzzles. Excuse me? He scoffs, his worry turning into anger. How dare you repay me with all I've done to you with that? I even showed interest in your writing. Most of my devoted fans would kill for a chance like that. I don't care about your stupid songs. Besides, you aren't in the place to be complaining right now. Bro, I don't understand why you gotta be such a bully, man. I've been nothing but kind to you, even after you quite rudely interrupted my work. You're extremely cold-hearted, really. Oh, it's no wonder folks like you end up killing well-adjusted people instead of getting a real jerk. He shot. Oh! You shut him up by firing a warning and ending shot at the picture of him on the wall behind you. He lets out a somewhat surprised gasp. Oh, he slips to his chair uncomfortably. So this isn't a performance? Listen! He leans forward. All of my dreams are about to be fulfilled within this week! All that I ever wanted within the reach of my hand. So, how about we make an arrangement before I meet my demise? You see, the entertainment industry has many secrets. Folks just like yourself may think they know about them all, but I'm afraid that's not the case most of the time. Consider this. You ask me about any or all less than favorable people you might want to get some blackmail on, and I provide you with the answers. Why can't I just tear your limbs off and make you talk instead? Because then I'd lie to you and you wouldn't even notice. Don't underestimate my acting abilities and pain tolerance. Also, you're to kill me either way, thus, let me live one more day. Pretty please. You think about the offer. You had to admit it was tempting. With some of your psychological torture tactics, he's been sure to reveal a crazy blackmail about some people he works with, and with that info could really well get you a new job from a rich guy who needs a certain person gone. Someone who isn't not Fogged, preferably, but some info about him could prove to be useful as well. Above all, only one gig isn't enough to live comfortably. After all that time, you could barge within the office of the businessman with the head of Mr. Puzzles as your hand and tell him, "Hey, hire me! I know who you want gone! That Mandy down the street! Plus, I killed the puzzle man." On the other hand, what if he's planning to do something mischievous to you instead? What if he kills you during your slumber? What if you start to like him? Oh, well, what do I do? Oh man, what do I do? This is a very big situation here. You know what? Let's just give him a chance, of course. Just give him a chance. You so dramatically lower your gun. Have you gotten softer over the years? No, you're doing it for the info alone. You spin the rifle on your fingers and then put it back into your jacket. The Puzzles visually relaxed at that. Even if he's still worried, he doesn't show it. I see you made the right decision. I expected nothing less from you, of course. So, what's your plan now? Well, now I'm going to... Wait, what time is it? Good joints! I'm gonna be late for my Road Sign Appreciation Club. What? Road Sign Appreciation Club? Oh my god, we work at the road sign thing? What? That obviously explains why we have a stop sign in the first place. You trot out of the room, almost forgetting to take your very own stop sign. What the what? I'll be back in an hour. Oh, I almost forgot. If you move more than 56 centimeters from this place, 3 AK-47s along with the 2 water guns will constantly shoot at you until you're barely recognizable. Don't try anything funny. I just love the little face that he makes right there. It's hilarious. Without much thinking, you lock the door to the apartment and make your way down the stairs. You overheard a casual conversation from one of the rooms. Hey, do you know that there's been a rumor about rats stealing fizzy drinks from folks? That's utterly ridiculous. I advise you to not trouble yourself with such gibberish. You shrug and walk out of the apartment. Okay, that was weird. You reach the local library where the club is meant to be held. You nod to yourself with approval. You sat down at the table where the meetings were usually hosted. Oh, okay then. Oh hey, we got a bunch of those peepers right there. Hey, what's up fellas? How's it going? Your fellow sign-in enjoyers were already talking about something. Oh, so we have here Lemoner. I'm assuming that's that guy right there. As you could see, rounded sides are much superior to square ones. And then we got Alexa. You and your circles? It's all so boring. And then we have Dr. Paprika. Paprika right there. Oh, look who's the cat dragged in, Cyril. Well, they all notice you as soon as he points it out. Oh, what's up, bros? How you doing? They greet you with enthusiasm. You do the same. Hello. What's up, mate? Have you been? You missed our last hookup. Yeah, I was getting really nervous. You never missed our meetings. Yeah, you know, work that got in the way. You and your office job, man. You should drop it. I told you a long time ago. It's simple. All those papers. Jeez, dude. If I were you, I'd be out of there as soon as they told me to do taxes or something else. It keeps the food on the table. You are going to tell them you were a hitman, not in a million years. Or the fact that you were broke and homeless most of the time. You didn't have much that you didn't want to bother them. And you don't even know if you could trust them. Well, all good to keep it there, yes? Did something finally wash themselves? You hold yourself back from hitting her head into your sign. Don't hit her with the sign, that's rude. They finally fixed my water. Took them long enough. Yeah. Oh, it's been too long since you were on topic. We need to get back on track before I explode. You chuckle at his antics. Right, so, I wanted to tell you about a wonderful sign I found. It's all yellow, and triangular, wowie, and it has a funny black symbol on it. Paprika, is it a biohazard sign? Again? It's... Oh, come on! I thought he really was onto something there. It looked amazing. Where did you find it exactly? Around some polluted lake in the empty forest. You were looking for road signs in a forest? I ventured off somewhere. Cut me some slack. How about you buy yourself a compress? Or we're all going to give it to you on your birthday. That wouldn't be the worst present I've gotten so far, I'll tell you that. Was it spooky? No, you crybaby. I got a portable television, except it was broken beyond repair. My great-grandpa sure do cares a lot about me. Talking about televisions? Have you guys seen SMG3 anywhere? Or Rest of the Clue, for that matter? Ever since that TV-headed guy jumped into their show, weird things started to happen. After the first episode, was it Mario's Mysteries? 3 didn't reply to my calls or texts. I tried reaching out to everyone else after that, but all I got was silence. Oh, so they say they know SMG4 in the game right there. It's like screaming into an empty void. I checked if they were on the showgrounds, but nobody was there either. I never knew how to bring it up earlier, but I'm honestly really worried. Relax, they'll be fine. It's the SMG4 crew after all. As long as they're being themselves, we get them out of here. That's the problem. They aren't acting like themselves in all of these newer episodes. And did I forget to mention that even though they're nowhere to be seen, the videos are still being put out? What if the videos were scheduled, though? Nah, that can't be the case. They haven't got the same sort of vibe going on in their usual contact. I'm sure it's all fault of that stupid Mr. Puzzles guy. Hey, don't make fun of my boy like that. I mean, still, yeah, that is definitely terrible, though. What if he's all brainwashing them? Well, it'd be good to get more information about all of this from Puzzles himself. You felt just a little better knowing that you're going to be the one to free the crew. Maybe killing him won't be too bad. Perhaps you could tell them that the crew would be home soon. Yet, you decided to keep silent of all this. You still feel guilty. You shouldn't. All of your club mates notice that. Paprika sighs. Alright, folks, this isn't working out as we planned it to, and since everyone seems to have a bit of a tougher there, how about we loosen up a little? He smirks. I can't drink. I have work tomorrow. That's why you're gonna let go of the stress a little. It's always work, 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 and more work. Well, I suppose that wouldn't be too bad for an idea. I haven't had beer in a while. Oh gosh. Before you could progress, Paprika starts dragging you out of the library upon the others following. Oh, let's go, let's go! Oh god, we're gonna go drink and stuff here. Oh no. You have a really bad feeling about this. You let out a groan as you get up from the ground. Your head hurts like hell and your limbs are stiff. The last night seems like a blur. But one of the few situations you can recall is you walking with your friends to the bar. Once you remember that, you scoffed. As yourself, for being so easily swayed. And at your friends for letting this happen. You look around. Seems like if you're out of some street. Not at a very strange place to wake up in when you considered your past events. You gradually get up, dusting yourself out. You walk over to the clock in what happens to be a nearby building. 1 p.m., huh? That wasn't too bad. Normally at this hour, you'd be still asleep or watching your neighbors' TV. Left a guy all alone for the night. How jolly. You told him he'd be back in an hour. You safely grab your beloved stop sign, which is thankfully remembered to be take even a while, drunk, and doesn't where the market may be at. Oh no. So, oh god, is he still back at home? I don't know how this is gonna go, guys. Hopefully he's still here. Oh! After a bunch of searching, running and asking people for directions, you finally step aside here. Oh god, ow! Is that supposed to be in this thing? Why is it hurting my ears? My god. You remember about his offer to give you info, and also managed to scribble out some questions to ask him while you're in the place. You randomly prepare yourself for the worst, but you're relieved to see puzzles in one piece. Oh gosh. His screen is off though. Is he sleeping? Well, I think he might be sleeping, hopefully. You come closer, quietly making a step forward. Hello? Are you okay? Puzzles? Puzzles, what's with your face? Why? What's going on? Ah! Bro, what the hell is that? You jump back, nearly knocking some things over. You hear a hearty laugh. You should have seen your face. Priceless. Falling for a trick as old as time. I lowered your guard pretty well, didn't I? Oh my god, you're such a prankster, man. How dare you? Very funny. You roll your eyes and at the very least tried your limited face options. Still, I apologize for leaving you here for longer than expected. Indeed, you could have told me you'd be back much later, although it wasn't too bothersome. Weren't you bored? Hard to be when you got a whole library of movies in your head. I suppose so. Wait, I shouldn't be chatting with you like that. Oh, come on, man, don't be like that. You're my captive. Must be my charisma. Shut it! Do you usually have talks like these with your hostages? Not as far as I can remember. It's a lot more proper. I normally kill my hostages at the spot. Rather not think of them too much before. You let the thought wander in the air. Intriguing. Anywho, I got off track. You shake your head, then straighten up. Let's begin, shall we? May I ask about something first? You already did, but sure. Will this be similar to an interview? Guess you could call it that if it works for you. Ah, wonderful. I'm great at those. Right. You clear your throat uncertainty as you unload the bunch of little pieces of paper that you previously prepared along in the little voice recording device. You turn it on. First question. What do you know about Nutvox and his whole cope? That guy. Why, isn't he just lovely? He scoffs rather sarcastically. He's a brute, I'll tell you that much. A jealous type as well. He tries much too hard to hide the fact that he is yearning for the same success as myself. You couldn't disagree, but you didn't state it out loud. I was hoping for some blackmail. I see. Why didn't you say this sooner? I heard that he and his workers lack a ribcage and other things. Have you ever seen someone that skinny? Please! But you're also skinny as well, darling. What do you mean? There's been also a rumor about him artificially making smaller organs for their bodies. And then, to add insult to the injury, they've been advertising some lose weight fast products, making innocent people believe that they're real. Take this with a grain of salt, though. Oh, so basically Notfox is promoting weight loss. Oh gosh, that sounds pretty drastic. I have no idea if this is true or not, but if it were to be so, I can assure you that even though I don't usually do broadcasts, you'd be sure to see that on Puzzlevision. Or be sure they lose even more than their viewers after that blow. Keeping such a scandalous medical predicament away from the public, that's a one-way. Excuse me. That's a one-way ticket to lose any and all support, I'll tell you that much. You smile to yourself at the possibility of that. Your stupidity, it's stupidly funny, and you definitely tell Notfox about it later. You shouldn't be smiling. You shake your head, trying to mask that are also a little amused to this antics. What is it with you these past few days? Thanks a bunch. Anything else while staying on the topic? Well, no. If anything else comes to your mind, I'll be pleased to tell you about it. Good. Next up, you took out another small card from behind. Do you currently know if someone, for example, one of your sponsors, may have some problems or wants a certain person gone? I work by myself. I usually fund my shows all on my own. Mostly because they make more than they cost. But the people who do help me with the business side of these things like to stay anonymous. If things go south, they wouldn't really want to be associated with the person who's caused the whole overall to happen. That's disappointing. You were hoping to get more out of this question. Still, it's quite impressive you managed to pump out episodes at this quality even without any sponsors involved. Yeah, because of course, he's been doing all of this on his own. You're really creative with your camera work too. Probably one of the most critical things to get right from the viewer's perspective. Oh, you can see him blushing. Look at him. He's very flustered at that matter. After realizing that you went off track again, you glanced off at the rather surprised puzzles. Why, thank you. I've always tried to deliver the best entertainment for my fans, and I'm glad to hear at least one of you could appreciate my work. And don't you dare deny it at this point. Don't get too cocky. You flip another page. Let's switch it up a bit. Do you know anyone else who would have hired a hitman on you? Except, not Fox. Well, there's a few people who I would consider enemies and would want me gone. Let me think about it. Okay, well, who is it? There's a pesky SMG4, but I doubt he'd had the gall to do it. Want to keep up a friendly persona or whatnot. Could be someone from Digny, but he don't care enough about my majestic, excuse me, majestic, shows. Oh, Digny. Yeah, Digny is definitely something else. Yes. When I bet soon anyone will know and love them. Coming back to the topic, though, there's also this one person I have been worried about ever since forever. Pencil at the ready, you listen attentively. Okay, what is it? I accidentally stole a pen from this one vile brat in 4th grade, by never returning it. That kid's name was Jason. I heard he's a serial killer now. Wait, Jason Fortes or something? Wait, this dude knows Jason? Bro, that's gotta be something very interesting. Well, I don't even know if that's really what he's referencing on that, but oh my god, if he is referencing Jason, that'd be so freaking funny. Like, a crossover between Jason Fortes and Mr. Pauls will be an interesting concept, but it could definitely be a brutal one that a shiver went down his spine. So, that should be all. He immediately recoils from that quick admission, and you just been let down so far. Oh well. As you try to bring out another page, you soon realize that you've used up all of your professional questions, so to speak. You were about to finish off this little interview, as a showman would call it, but before you could utter a word, a memory of your friend comes to mind. Ever since that TV head jumped into their show, weird things started to happen. After the first episode, and there, oh yeah, it's repeating the same lines as Alexa did. You promised yourself that you asked him about it. You're a little hesitant and all in all. Was it brainwashing, just as Alexa said? That'd be unfortunate. You've been having a decent time with him. Something about the way he carries himself is quite compelling. But reading through his files, if he got caught by the cops, he probably wouldn't have to sit in prison for the rest of his life. Or perhaps get eaten, of course. Then suffer 3 death sentences, consider putting him on fire, extinguishing that, then writing him for the sight of dark magic from the underworld, like from Undertale, to murder him again. And you have to do this for Alexa? But you're afraid. What if it's your last chance? What if... Dear? He interrupts your train of thought. Sorry, this is the last question. Are the claims of you brainwashing the SMG4 crew true? Is that what's been going on? He scowls abruptly, the mood of the Tog gradually shifting. Well, I feel I am hardly to blame for it when all I've been doing is simply helping improve the Neotic show. Whatever improves brainwashing, or not, shouldn't be of the concern. It's simply about the contact. Making something that will actually make a difference in the world? Bring the audience to cheers? Oh god, he's got the swirly eyes. I wouldn't deny the claim, but you simply must think of the big picture. It's a true spectacle in the works, and wouldn't anyone with common sense see the importance of that art? You remain silent, taking in every detail of his face. There's no doubt about it anymore. This man's bat crap insane, and you should definitely get rid of him as soon as humanly possible. For the sake of SNG4, sake for Alexa, sake of your own life. Oh god, oh no. For the sake of your own life. Still, thank you for telling me. This was the last set of questions, but you want to know more. You need to know more about this guy. You want to know what makes him tick. This morbid interest will kill you one day. I can't help wonder, though. Why bother using them as actors instead of hiring someone more, competent? If they can't do their jobs right. It's quite simple. It's because they're a bunch of idiots. And if I can make a good show out of them, then I can do anything. Of course, I wouldn't expect anyone at your caliber to be able to understand that in the first place. You don't know what brings a showman an actor truly means. I can act. Oh, is that so? He raises a spectacle, but a curious eyebrow. Yeah, at least that's what my mom told me. I was thinking of joining a theater club when I was little, but I never actually did since you stopped yourself to let out an embarrassed sigh. I hate being in the spotlight with every fiber of my being. Some stage fright, I presume. Typical, but that's not what interests me as of now. I only believe your words when I see in action. He grins slyly, challenging you. What are you waiting for then? Chop chop. Oh, like what? In front of you? Precisely. No way. Yes way. I'll just make a fool out of myself. Dear, think of it that way. Do you like giving up? No. Then refusing to act right here and now is compatible to giving up and letting me win. What? Oh, I see. Not a fighter then. What a surprise then. I was right, and you can't act to save your life. Oh, how do I love being correct. It really is just like in one of those TV tropes. All right, I'll go. I knew you had it in you. Why do I feel like this is a bad idea? Fret not. I do understand why one may be nervous when faced with the task to improve for yours truly. My advice is that pesky stage fright of yours is to imagine viewers, in this case the fabulous me, are actually really stupid, and you're the only one who knows how to do here. Sound good? It's hard for me to think of you as an idiot. The ending in Star vs. the Forces of Bad Stuff was good, actually. References to the recent Star Wars movie. Never mind. What do I say anyway? Oh, I know. How about roll from one of my unused scripts? What the hell not? Wonderful. Okay, I know. Oh, but whatever shall I do now that my beloved has left me? Lost in a rented fire of despair and gone from a single gunshot. How tragic it truly is. How I now must spend the rest of eternity all alone. How's that sound? You take a deep breath. Oh, but whatever shall... not like that. I can see some potential here. Say it louder and put some more in this or whatever. Oh, but whatever shall I do now that my beloved has left? You're slurring some words together. Try to sound from the dilegram instead. Try to imagine it. Okay, bro. Oh my god, he's just teaching me how to do the lines and whatnot here. Oh, but whatever shall I do now that my beloved has left me? Lost in a rented fire of despair and gone from a single gunshot. That's better! You could try to roll in the R's a bit more. I think I'd fit with the tone in your accent quite nicely. How tragic it truly is. How I now must spend the rest of my eternity all alone in the nest. Especially on tragic in eternity. Now start over. You feel strangely determined. Oh my gosh. Oh, now we have some curtains coming out of the way. Oh, but whatever shall I do now that my beloved has left me? Lost in a rented fire of despair and gone from a single gunshot. How tragic it truly is. How I now must spend the rest of my eternity all alone. Ooh, Puzzle was shocked as you let out all of it. Then a grin of excitement pops out of the screen. Bravo! Bravo! Yes, I did it! I did it! I said the words for you. Now that's how you do a brilliant show. Yes, it definitely is how you do it. I need to get you into one of my productions. I can't let that talent go to waste. Or even worse, get into someone else's hands. You smile at him, a little flustered. Thanks, I appreciate it. Oh, hey. That means you could look for new actors in the future. After you prove yourself and whatnot. I do not need to prove myself, young pal. Whatever you say. You could do even better shows than now, or just... I'd be looking forward to that. Now you made him fluster. Yeah, definitely. I shall come back tomorrow with, other ways of keeping more information out of you. A goofy smile spreads across his face, with him being quite quick to recover from the blushy act. Ah, how lovely. Does it mean I am insured another day? Don't put it that way. Besides, you shouldn't be so happy about this. This just means there's going to be more psychological torture through your way. And it's going to be even worse than today. Can't wait! His glance curls up into what can be only described as a sleazy smirk. I'll make you eat those words, jerk. Now, I have places to be, yes? You don't sound too sure, but you would quite literally kill for a coffee right now. Anything you say, dear. Yep, I shall go and get the coffee. I'll be right back. Soon enough, darling, I promise. You groan as you leave the room in a hurry, not looking back at the TV man. Soon you reach the little cafe. You like coming here a lot. The atmosphere itself is worth a 30-minute walk. The pleasant aromas, friendly staff, and most importantly, they're always more than happy to welcome you and your beloved stop sign. Which, may you add, it's quite rare in these parts of the town. People always seem to assume you're a murderer or an asylum patient. Or slag. That's rude. You sweep into the cart at a cafe, quickly ordering a small latte. You didn't feel like drinking something stronger. After all, you still need to sleep tonight. Preferably indoors, not on the streets again. Nonetheless, your drink is brought to you with the tidy meter. You help to calm down your nerves in the building in here and there, blah blah blah. Oh! Oh my god! What the fudge? The rat gate suddenly appears. What? Oh, you got a good coffee over here. Give it to me. A white rat exclaims. Huh? What the flip? White rat? Give him a while to think. The black rat claims in. As if there's anything to think about. Wait, why is there rats here? What the heck? Where did they come from? I'm not going to give you my coffee. Why not? It's mine and I'm tired. You either give it to us or you die. What? You guys are just a bunch of rats. Maybe we are, but we'll bite you pretty damn hard if we won't pay it up. The last rat speaks up. You sigh, not being in the mood for killing a bunch of rodents. Rats, hear me out. How about we try to settle this peacefully? Continue. How about we play chess, instead of doing whatever you want to do? I'm really not looking forward for more bloodshed today. Chess? Do you think we'll settle this for something as low-key as that? Well, I guess it was just an idea. I wasn't expecting you to know how to play chess anyway. Huh! Of course we can play chess! You're talking to the chess master of the sewers! A chess match it is then. If I win, I get to go on without a second thought, keeping my coffee. You ponder for a minute, pointing a finger at your metaphorical chin. And the chessboard, since I can't bring mine because it's at home. That's a bundled lie. You didn't want to bring it because you didn't have the funds for it. The rest discuss between each other quietly. Fine, but if we win, we take your coffee and we get to beat you up. Deal? Deal. Oh boy, so yeah, we gotta definitely save this because there's about to be a very tight schedule right there. We're gonna be playing chess with the rats, like what the heck? You sit down at the pavement as the animals disappear in the very trash can. You soon come back with a surprisingly well taken care of chessboard. You put the pieces on their designed places, and after a dry good luck, you start the match. Alright, the game lasts for hours upon hours. You play restlessly. At first you gain the lead, then you do, and so on. Fortunately for you getting lucky in the train wreck that your mother calls your life, you get your king with your queen. With some resistance, they give you the board with the pieces and leave you alone for good. Oh, we actually won! Nice! Well, that was a very random plot point that we basically played chess with the rats. They want my coffee and whatnot here. Yeah, I did not expect that at all. Yeah, this game is something else, man. You feel grudgy. Your microwave head feels like it's going to explode. You haven't exactly slept well for the past few days. But, oh well. You ask a random person on the street for the time. He tells you it's nearly 3 p.m. You thank the man and groan to yourself. Another day wasted on doing absolutely nothing. You have only 3 days left to continue interrogating puzzles before you have to kill him! That is a big problem! A massive one, even! Oh no, that's not good. You haven't done a good job getting much info out of him. A massive one! Okay. At this point, you wonder if he's pretending or plainly stupid. He couldn't be. Maybe you haven't pushed hard enough. That must be it. You want to avoid it, but in the end, you're getting to have to stick to your original plan and will actually have to torture the man. For some reason, you don't want to do it. Yes, it was somewhat clueless at times, but his natural charm and ability to make you laugh, especially when were the main selling points. Not to mention the fact that you like passionate people. And if he really didn't fit the label, then you don't know who did. You glance flatters and focuses on the chessboard still in your hands. You think about it once, and again, and 8 more times. That's it! You know what you're gonna do! What are you gonna do? You open your microwave head and put the chessboard in it, and then you happily todd over to the little base yourself. Oh, so we're gonna play chess with him? Oh, this would be fun! Oh. You hear no voices as you climb down the stairs this time. You unlock the door and Mr. Puzzles again seems to be snoozing, and at least in indulging in his version of it. His screen is turned off. You poke him with the end of your stop sign. Ah! He jolts awake, frantically looking around before losing up much once he sees you. He covers it up with letting out a small smile, a bit somewhat a nervous chuckle. Of course you do that, he remarks on the interrogation, leasing his voice, but soon puts out a trademark grin nonetheless. Anywho, it was a pleasure to see you today. Got caught up in the traffic again, I suppose? He knew hella well you would saw it everywhere on foot. Not really. You saw, after a whole night of staying up, you weren't in the mood for his bickering, but still tried to remain polite. I couldn't sleep. Did the heat get to you? I know that if I didn't turn myself off this night, I would have overheated for sure. We could have lowered the thermostat temperature if you want to. I mean, it's a pity you wouldn't say anything sooner. I would have turned it down, like here and there. But really, it's my fault. Are you sure you're right? Concerned about little old me? He smirks as you put your beloved sign against the wall. No, I just don't want anyone overheating here, especially if that anyone is more valuable info for me. You revert to the cold demeanor to cover yourself up. Now that I mention it, I suppose to tell you about what sinister and evil things I'm going to do to you, I guess. Oh, torture it is. Do you? Worse then. But that makes me wonder, what cruel things will you do to me? Oh gosh, a lot of things, honestly. You wouldn't even believe what the names I got for you, sonny boy. Set me on fire as a sacrifice to your twisted god. Drown me in the pool full of hungry fish of all shapes and sizes. Oh, wait, don't tell me. You'll throw 5 cinnamon of execution attempts together, basing it off of every single episode I put up on Message Force's channel so far, and every single one of them must be survived to make me pass away in the greatest way. But I will, unfortunately, show all of my loving fans that Mr. Puzzle shall never die no further, and I can't saw it. He's talking way too fast, man, like, chest. He broke his bubbling bubble when that very good word. Good job. What do you mean, chest? Ignoring the bewilderment that radiates off of him as he continues his little rant, you take the coffee table and put it above your head. He dismisses it, way too focused on whatever he's talking about to pay attention to his actions. If you dare to put your filthy hands on someone as gracious as myself, you might as well give it all. Why is he just so petty, man? You take a chair for yourself and put it against him. That's just disrespectful to my person as a whole. Truly, I thought you had more decency than that. You sit in front of him as he goes on and on about how it is borderline humiliating to torture him with no effort to put into it. You wait for him to shut up, but to no avail. So you either use everything in your arsenal to make my death memorable, or blah 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 blah. You realize he probably wasn't going to shut up unless you had certainly made him. You swing the door to your head open and let the chessboard fall onto your table uncertainly. He momentarily silenced himself, his gaze darting from the item to you a couple of times. You close your hatch. How'd you do that? My head is a microwave, thus it also works like one. It'd be a pity if, for example, your TV head didn't work like one, wouldn't it? Oh, we're testing him. You think this is a common knowledge, but apparently not. Puzzles thinks about it for a moment, then nods, obliquely seeming creeped out about it still. It would be quite a pity indeed. He shakes her head and then starts to put the pawns in your descended pieces. You steal a few glances at the man while doing so. Still, chess is very well could be considered torture. In what way exactly? In my opinion, everything can turn to torture if you overdose on it. Candy, games, potassium, even TV shows. Even TV shows, definitely. The TV looks more than a little offended, but lets you continue. It's more mental than anything. And let me tell you that damage done to the mind lasts longer than the one done to the body. That's why I chose it. You glad that you were used to masking your feelings because you'd lie if you didn't have any eternal moments, motives about it. But of course your words still don't stand, but not in this context. Nonetheless, he makes a pouty face as you put the very last pawn on the board. It's either chess or I'll make a car drive into you. Puzzle's eyes wide. She wouldn't. Imagine if such an uninteresting death were to happen to someone like you. Fine, you dirty rascal. I'll play your sick, demented games then. I wouldn't go down to being hit by a car. Sure you wouldn't. The showman seems pleased and puts both his hands under his chin once you loosen the ropes around him to make him be able to move his hands around. Yep, so it's time to go. Aw, we're gonna be playing some chess. This is cute. Good thing I watched countless chess matches for the finest champions there are, he remarks with the cocky smirk on his face. I know all of the rules, and like the parts of mine in my gloved hand. You wait for him to make an actual move, but he seems to wait for you to do something. Why aren't you doing anything? Aren't you going to pull out that timer all of them use? We don't have that, nor do we need it. Puzzles raises a judgmental eyebrow, then proceeds to move his buy shop, dismissing the fact that there was a pawn in his way. He grins at you as he tries to make a genius move, a cocky grin spreading across his face. You looked at the board, then back at him. You two shared a 1,000-yard stare. Well, did I leave you stumped? With unsure who is going to be tortured one here. You can't do that. You have to make a path for your pawn first. He looked at the board, trying to hide the embarrassment building up inside him. Yeah, I'm sure you're being embarrassed, darling. Then scoffs. I was simply checking you. Can't have a chess match with a barbarian. He shakes your head. It shakes their head. You shake your head, and the match keeps going on. Yep, so this is definitely cute. We're just basically playing chess like this is a very big torturing competition or something. After some time, you begin to realize he wasn't the best at chess, but nonetheless managed to power his way through after some quick reminders. Some of his moves were a little unusual, probably copied from the TV, but still gave you a bit of trouble. Both of you begin to loosen up after the first half an hour, and chatting about the many rules of chess morphed into casual small talk. Aw, well that's nice. Got you there. He smugly took the buy shop of yours with a sense of superiority. You tapped your fingers on the table with a symmetrical rim, your other hand reaching to toy with one of the many wires that were sticking out on you. Don't they say the ones who fly the highest fall the hardest? There was some light teasing in your tone, it being far from the sharp way to talk to him before. I have two more pawns standing than you. Puzzles waves his hand at you, dismissing your comment in a almost joking manner. I've already made a brilliant strategy that's sure to leave you whining on the ground once I unleash it. He puts the black buy shop nearby him. Strangely, his gaze seems to be sharpened once he places the pawn down. His gloved fingers trace along the tip of the wood it's made out of, his eyes being kept on a very little piece of a little too long. Finally, he speaks up. Is something wrong? Oh, no need to worry, dear. It's just that... Oh, what? As a kid, I never got to experience the wonders of simple board games like this. Oh, whenever I dared to ask my father about playing chess, he pushed me away, no matter the day of time. So naturally, I stopped trying at one point. Aww. He remembers the times when he never really had the experience as a child. because his bloody father never even taught him to do such a thing, and just pushed him away. But the want never faded. And for once, my TV shows weren't enough. Watching all these talented players come up with new strategies on the spot made me crave to play with someone even more. What about your peers? School? Oh. His face scrunches up into a grimace. Nowadays, I wonder who thought putting so many different people in one building would lead to anything else than a disaster. He scoffs. As strange as it is to believe, I didn't have many pals growing up. As in, nobody was willing to be my friend at the time. At first, they were just so happy once I said I wanted to play with them. And I was too. It was hard to find any actors while being a kid, so I took what was currently available, which was a mistake. You see, instead of following through with my script, they insisted on breaking character and going out of their way to ruin everything. And after I yelled at them to knock some sense out of them, they stopped talking to me altogether and started spreading rumors. His voice switched from the bottom line fury to disappointment. After that, I started to despise school. But I didn't give up on my biggest dream yet, creating a whole amusement park. Oh my god, this poor boy. Yeah, basically all of this whole thing, like he's just trying to make friends and trying to spend time with his father, definitely really just gave him a different perspective on why he's doing all this. Like, this poor boy definitely needs a therapy session. Like, this poor guy, he just definitely needs some friends. Like, all he just wanted to do was make a great show and accomplish his dreams and make some friends. That's all he wants. The way the conversation didn't match itself totally creeps you out. You see, one time when I was watching one of my shows, an ad for a park called Disney World popped up. That's when my so-called obsession began. I started researching everything one would need to start such a glorious interior. I drew a wide assortment of things, like funny, rideable horses to 100-foot-tall mega slide that slams you in the wall. It was a rejected copy, but I swear I had it somewhere. Anywho, my father was quick to turn that down, too. Tell me I don't have an ounce of creativity as my person. You could imagine a little kid like myself feeling rather bummed out after that, and so I stayed home and did the only thing that could bring me some kind of joy at the time. I watched TV, where all of the characters always followed the script at hand. But I didn't stop drawing, and my dreams of the amusement park never truly faded. And so, Mr. Puzzles came to life. You tilt your head just a little. Confused much? As much as I like to, I wasn't born with the name of studying Mr. Puzzles, no. You see, Puzzles was supposed to be a mascot of my beloved park. Someone who brings joy to everyone around, you know. He chuckles weakly. But then, after a particularly rough fight with my father, Oh, what? I decided to bring my mascot to life. You stay silent. That was almost tragic and a bit poetic. Yeah, basically, before he was just like any other child who just wants to make his dream come true by basically opening up a freaking amusement park, but life got in the way, and, well, that's how he became what he dreams of being as a mascot, of course. Yeah, this dude is just really tragic. Again, he needs a therapy session. He just needs some friends. Like, oh my god. Instead of letting both of you ponder for longer, he puts that in a showman voice of his, seemingly trying to cover up the more human side of his voice. But, as you may know, things didn't go as planned. I was forced to pursue my second dream, becoming a TV show host. And right now, it's going splendidly. Just a little more, and I'll show my darling father and everyone else who doubted me that I can be creative. He sends you a warm grin. You don't fall for it. You feel your thoughts racing hell and back some of the pieces that built his character clicking into place. You act surprised, but really a guy who brainwashed people to get what he wants obviously wouldn't have the best home life. Still, I get you in the way. Puzzles perked up, a little surprised, almost wary. My parents were pretty strict growing up. They turn down my writing and tell me to focus on geometry or maths. At some point, every day started to blend into another. There was just so much stuff they wanted out of me. Play the violin, do all the home tasks, then homework, then study, violin again, and then study until you can't no more. It felt like I wasn't really in control. But then I fell out of college wanting to pursue writing and was tossed onto the streets soon enough. I had to pick up a gig, and fast, and so I started being a hitman for Notvox. He somehow manages to get my number to offer me a deal, and I took it. And I did some research on the guy I was meant to take out. He wasn't a good person, so I told myself it was a greater good. And I liked having some control of my life for once, even if it was the more of it as helping it over the victim's life. I guess after that first kill, the rest of them were easier. And while Notbox offers are far and few in between, that's all I have. Living on the streets is better than living with them anyway. At least I don't feel like a damn puppet anymore. Oh, brother. So we basically are going through the same exact situation, but in a different perspective. But yeah, that certainly is pretty something right there. It seems like we have a lot in common now, do we? Realizing that you two got off track, you shake your head to get back into things. Besides, all of that, I think we both just wanted mobility, power, control. And personally, I think you need someone who understands you. Of course. Someone to talk to, someone to love you. That's very important right there, like someone to talk to. But what he definitely needs is someone who can actually relate to him, someone who actually loves and cares about him. You think you made a mistake about how he acted, but what follows that surprised you slightly. You're quite the charmer, aren't you, dear? Perhaps you are right. Maybe I do need someone to love me after all. Though, I must warn you, my standards are quite high. Oh boy, yeah, I'm sure it is really high indeed. That last sentence makes you a little flustered by some reason. Wait, what? No, damn it! You aren't like that, so lightheaded, so get yourself together! Right, my turn, bro. You need to stop hiding your stuff here. You need to stop acting like this. Like, you need to go with the flow, darling. You came here for a reason. Even more time passes, no more heavy topics come by as you continue your small talk. But it seems like if some weight has been lifted off your shoulders. As the match seems to be nearly at a conclusion, you notice a way to quickly take out Puzzle's king. He doesn't notice it. You decide to think it through. What do you do? Oh, let him win? Or take out this king? Oh, brother, what do we do right there? Oh, this is definitely tricky right there, the chair. Let's try this. You think spoiling the fun for him wouldn't be the best idea, and so you move your queen to take out the lone pawn. He glares at you before trembling and taking out your king with his queen. And that, my friend, is a chessmate. The fans watching the match nearly explodes with glee as I, their beloved Mr. Puzzles, come out victorious. That wasn't too bad considering that it's your first time. He made some real clever moves there. He stops it with his tracks, forgetting to stop the large grin that spreads across his face, which you said that. Really? I mean, really, of course, I always come out on top. He snickers awkwardly. Still, even when you're caught in the midst of something, your attention is caught by the clock on the wall. You look at it for a moment, you're not staring there for too long. He seems to notice that. You have to go, I suppose. His voice turns more smooth, quiet even. It holds a certain undertone you can't pinpoint. Oh, yeah. I'll be back soon, promise. Yeah, of course. You get up to your feet, tie him up, and go over to your side again. Before you grab it, though, you look over your shoulder at him. Right. Do you want anything? I don't have much money, but I'll try to do my best finding whatever you like. Oh, For me? Do you think you could have something to make this place less depressing? I'll try. See ya. You wave at the man, he smiles in response. Aww. This is just so sweet. Like, we're basically getting to know the boy and all that. Like, this is just so sweet. Like, this is definitely going over to a wholesome ending right there. His image lingers at your mind as you lock the door behind you. You get back to reality when you nearly fall over the stairs as you try to walk down. You catch yourself just in time to overhear the two people talking about something. Did you hear about the legends of Expertise 311? Oh, you believe that rubbish? Candidate. Not at all. I see. Okay, You decided to go as the street that was supposed to shopping too far away from here. Oh, look at that shop right there. What? Zapta? Is that a real store? What is that? As you make your way over there, a green neon light gazes your eyes. It spells the word Zapka. Huh. Seems Slavic. Not paying much mind to it, you walk into the shop. That's a really nice shop right there. You look around in awe. There are countless aisles in sight, each one with a unique item ranging from plush toys to weird hats. It was quite the sight, really, and you didn't know whenever to so much to start searching for things you need. You walk around for a bit before spotting what you prefer to be a worker in the shop. He's currently rearranging some plushies that look like around white dogs. You walk up to him, but he doesn't seem to notice you at first. Oh, hi! Hello there, sir, with a Rubik's Cube on your head. You tap him with your sign in the shoulder, and he jumps back, nearly dropping the plush in his hand. He catches it with a sigh of relief, though, and puts it on a descended place. He finally turns to you, his head a bit scrambled. He just looks tired. They really brought that thing with them, huh? He glances at your sign as the quiet motor escapes his lips. Soon he regains his composure, though, and his voice switches to the usual shop assistant vibe with the sprinkle of exhaustion to it. Oh, how can I... He stops himself, pinching his nose that wasn't really there. No, let me rephrase. Welcome to Zapka. How can I help you with? Yeah, and his name is Alex. He just looks like he doesn't want to be here. Like, there's a bunch of, like, object heads in this game right there, and I just love it. He recites the phrase without much enthusiasm. Which you don't blame him for doing. You look over to the badge that's sewn onto his suppressor. Hi, Alex. You regret saying that. Could you tell me where I can find, you actually don't know what you got as you said so, but you get an idea. Beer and some, stickers. He doesn't look horrified, simply surprised. Aisles 23 and 334, respectively. You're about to thank the man before stopping abruptly. Pardon? 333? 23 and 333. Yep, that should be about it. How big is this shop? It's really not that big once you get used to it. I see, thanks. Wow, that definitely sounds really big now, doesn't it, man? How much I'm joking, right? It wasn't, is your dismay. You managed to grab 4 beers pretty quickly, and as for the stickers, you had to cross a wild chimpanzee in the cave. Okay, you came across a weird book that seems to be calling your name with the wish to fulfill your freakiest desires. Which you have none, of course. That one time in 2017 was an accident. Oh, what happened in 2017? You also almost brought in an 8-hour extended version of Simile and the music disc before realizing that you don't even have anything that you could insert it to. And you didn't want to push your luck with puzzles. And so after many hours of searching, you go to buy everything picked in here in the shop here, and that's done. Shopping done complete. Gotta work your time management, yeah. Start to make your way back to the base as you stare up at the setting star. Some stars were already lighting up on the sky, reminding everyone of how time couldn't be stopped. Not even for a second. That dawn of all will every step you take. Even within a short time frame, you've grown quite fond of the TV-headed showman you were originally just supposed to take out. He was out of his office for almost 4 days straight. You've seen some missing pictures and media articles online, but the police haven't been able to track you down yet. And then you let a small hum in your realization. Even Notvox has decided to cut contact with you after the individual kidnapping. He knows hella well if he were to be caught now, his career would be ripped to shreds. You found it a little amusing and airy how he has to put his trust in you to kill his rival all in all. He knew that you couldn't refuse the money at this point. Stupid cash. You kick some rock in the pavement. You stare at it, then hit it harder. It always annoyed you how everything seems to be so determined on money, but you digress. You look into your purse to look inside of it. You found that you have $1 left from the $200 that Not Fox had given you to do the work. And if you didn't do the job, you'd be left without a penny of your name. You feel your shoulders shumbling slightly as you hide the purse in your bandana. You groan to yourself. Actually, what would happen if you didn't do the deed? Of course, you wouldn't get the money, but Puzzle seems to like you enough to... You snap yourself across the face. What are you, 14? He's just pretending. It's been from the start. There's no way someone would generally think to stick around for something more meaningful than some club shenanigans. Not with you, at least. It would be stupid to risk it. Right? Right? Well, you may never know, because you don't know if he's genuine or not. Could be, so who the heck knows? You gotta at least try. Again, you can't figure it out if you don't try. You hear no further conversations as you climb up the stairs. You take a deep breath and walk into the room, surprising to see him up and running. Oh, really? He's humming some catchy tune to himself before spotting you as you put away your sign. Oh, you're back! Fabulously late! And how would you know that? Aesthetically, being a cyborg most certainly helps the pandemonium of situations. I have noticed a pattern that you usually come around 8 p.m. due to my wonderful built-in clock. There's also a clock on the wall? Oh. He looks rather frazzled. Well, you must excuse me, as I've been watching reruns of some shows and movies when you were gone. Didn't pay much attention to my surroundings. But anywho, do you remember about my request? He tilts his head to the side. As he had eyelashes, he would have most certainly fluttered them right now. Yeah, he would just flutter his eyelashes. Oh, you didn't specify what to bring, so I bought what seems to be good enough. You show him the beers and sticker package you got. He's absolutely mortified. I think you misunderstood. When I said I wanted something to make this place less depressing, I mean pretty lights, posters, gosh, flowers even. Make this more like a romantic movie set. What is this? He didn't think he'd be that thrown off. It makes the whole party loosen up though, doesn't it? I'm not going to force you to do it or anything, but it can be fun. Oh god, are we gonna drink with him? Oh no. Well, how am I even supposed to drink if I'm all tied up? You sheepishly tapped in one of the bottles. I thought we could go out on the balcony and stuff. Oh? He suddenly seems intrigued, yet so skeptical. Is this a trap? No, quite the opposite, really. I just want to spend time with you, is all. Puzzle will think about it thoroughly. If there aren't 80 cameras in the neighborhood, then... See, sentence, you've already started to turn off the safety systems around the room, or at least pretend to, since it broke on the third night. Puzzles watches you, occasionally glancing over at the beer bottles that were put on the ground just a minute ago. You untie him to make your way over to the balcony swiftly. Aw, and we're basically just up in the balcony. That's a really nice balcony, by the way. Look at all the trees and the buildings in the background. That's really nice. The sun that you've just watched so closely has just disappeared beyond the horizon, and the stars have begun shining in one of its glory. You lean over the barrier, your eyes trying to find different considerations in the grand scheme of all these heavenly bodies. Puzzles a bit on the ground follows your lead and does the same. You take one of the bottles you brought from the inside, open it along with your hash, then pour it all in. Puzzles watches you in bewilderment as you chug down the whole thing with a flash. Thankfully, it's somewhat impressed, but also a little concerned. You take another bottle from the floor and give it to Puzzles. He stares at it for a bit before simply putting it down. I can't drink, dear. Oh, well, that's good. At least you do not drink. That is good. Drinking is definitely bad, and it can ruin your life, of course, with all the alcoholism in this household. He taps his head with a small smile at his face. Remember? Oh, why'd you come then? Perhaps I wanted to see the sky after roughly 4 days of being held captive. I leave the window open. Not like that. Not through a glass, as you might have guessed if you thought about it more than 2 seconds. He sighs. And I didn't think you'd take me if I refused. I would. Puzzles swats his hand at you, but there's a hidden surprise in the gesture somehow. Sure, sure. Spare me from the lies. He puts a dramatic hand in his forehead. Not a lie? He was in denial. Maybe. Couldn't blame him. He drank the second bottle. After a few minutes, you feel the alcohol kicking in, but your senses aren't completely cut off yet. You notice the puzzle man looking around the balcony a little too majestically. So, he starts off looking over his shoulder. Are you sure there aren't any weapons there? Nope. Not even the tiny pistol? Not even the tiny pistol. His eyes squint as if he's thinking of something. He tries to remain unsuspicious, though, doing a dramatic gesture and whatnot. Hey, dear, do you think a person could survive a fall from here? If so, how big is the chance of something happening on their handsome screen? Oh god, what? Wait, what do you mean? Do you think a person could survive a fall from here? And if so, how big is the chance of something happening in their handsome screen? You gradually looked over at him, trying to push yourself up to see the less of it you actually are. Yeah, no, their handsome face would be in no trouble, you know. I have to jump off here when some lady thought I'd kill her cat. There was bushes you could fall down onto. They look kind of funny from here. You blinked a bit. Puzzles seemed satisfied about it. He chuckles to himself about something, the sound resembling the lesser version of a villain chuckle. You don't even care, though. All you do is stare at the screen of his. Oh my goodness, well, what do we do here? I really like hanging out with you, or I like loving your stupid face. Oh lord, this is definitely, I don't know why he's laughing at that, why he asked that question, but that certainly is something. I don't know if we're certain. I really love your stupid face. I don't know if that's work right here. It's so weird to say that about a TV, but it's no wonder your fans get drawn to you like mobs to fire. Your drunken state gets the best of you, and the snort escapes your throat. Puzzles is taken aback, a taint of pink appearing on his altogether withered face. What? You're blushing. I'm most certainly not. My processor seems overheating. Yeah, you could definitely see his blushing face. Whatever. It seems good on you. Puzzles freezes, his hands gripping the balcony a little tighter as he looks away. I like observing people, catching little details about them. all that. You're one of those people that I had the pleasure of getting a lot of these details about. You're so expressive, yet still hard to read at times. I do wonder half of the times if you've been saying to me is true or not. Regardless, I enjoyed your presence a lot more than a lot. You're the first person in the wild that truly seems to get me, you know? It's funny, we're not that different once you look at it from a certain point of view. I wish one day I'd be able to understand you the way you seem to understand me. It's stupid. Puzzles sits there silent, then goes to fiddle with one of his gloves. I don't think it is, dear. And I would say you've been doing the worst job at expressing with me. He lets out a small chuckle. Although, if that is how you feel about it now, I wouldn't be completely upset I wouldn't be completely opposed to help you to get to know me better. And you being quite dashing yourself, as I may put it, is nothing short of a bonus. Aw, you think that way? Aw, that's just so sweet. You're just being so sweet and touching. He chuckled. You don't fully process what he's saying to you, but whatever it is, it made you feel warm inside. Too bad it must have been a mix of his words and beer, as you stumbled to the ground. Yeah, I basically passed out. To your surprise, Puzzles helps you sit on the ground a little worried. Hey, I forbid you from dying of cause of ridiculous as this. He tries to remain stern, but shakes his head and sits next to you. You involuntarily put your head on his shoulder, to which he flinches, but stops from pulling away once last second. I forgot. I don't think I got your name, dear. Cyril. Cyril. It suits you. Aww, that is so sweet. This is just so awesome. I love it. Why do you have to make this so wholesome, guys? And after that very moment, you feel your consciousness slipping bit by bit until all you could do are little shining orbs above your head. And that soon disappears too. You gradually wake up to find the sun coming up and Puzzles leaning at your shoulder. This is just an ordinary day. Wait, Puzzles leaning at your shoulder? You almost jumped back in the mix of shock and embarrassment. You remain level-headed, though. What the hell must have happened yesterday? You try to recall it, but all you can remember is you rarely falling down. And Puzzles catching you? This sounds like something straight out of a rom-com. Gosh, you've still got a job to do. Aw, we're still gonna get the job here. Can we not do this? I don't want to kill him. We're getting to know him and whatnot here. This is not how we're supposed to do it. You drag his body over to the chair and tie him up there once again. He catches yourself staring at him until a bit too long, but shakes your head to brush it off. You look around the room, the Polaroids where all the dates painted in red, all leading to the TV man behind you. This really does look like the room of a fangirl at first glance, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. For you yawn, you hatch open a little so you know. In the closer of your eye, you spot the calendar and realize it's the last day to do the job. Oh no, indeed. We're already on our deadline. Your head spins. Is this really the end? Now is not the time to ponder into trial matters, as Puzzles would say. You try to drain these thoughts out and decide to leave him for now. You didn't have a heart to say anything. Hearing the door click quietly, you ponder around what should you go now. Oh no. Yeah, this is definitely not good. You make your way down to the stairs and sit at the pavement. You bury your face in your hands. You really don't want to think about it all. And you hear your old phone vibrate. Searching through your banana, you finally fish out and pick up the call. What? Yo, Sorrow, you won't guess what just happened. What is it? I found a huge freaking fish in the water. It was like 2 times your size. Really? Yeah, and I got into the water and tried to catch it myself, but it almost ate my face, and I had to swim back to the shore. Funny, right? I suppose so. Anyway, Alexa wanted to speak to you whatever reason. Passing the phone now. Can you hear me? Loud and clear, what's up? I want to let you know what's been going on with the crew and the TV man thing. And here it is. What were you expecting? The police have been looking all around both the main guy and my friends, but nothing has been found. Seriously, if I told you I was worried before, then now it's ramped up to 20. So, I thought I'd ask you. Since you work in the town center, could you check if any incidents of puzzles there? Do you happen to find something? Right, the lies were catching up to you slowly but surely. Yeah, sure. I'll see what I can find, I guess. Thanks so much. I'm sure that after we get to that guy, we can help save the peeps and punish that old TV. How messed up do you have to be to kidnap people? Or worse, kill them? Can you imagine killing a person? No. You say the truth. You don't have to imagine it after all. Puzzles is just another cog in the machine, evil to the core, just like the rest of them bastards. Oh, yeah. See, now's why you can't tell them anything. Don't trust them. Don't trust Puzzles. Don't trust anyone. You're about to hang up, but Paprika takes the phone back. Okay, so that's kind of sad, but anyways, I'll be playing a thing as Super Murderer recently, and let me tell you, it's so awesome. You're stuck in hell, you're a robot who's like... And that's how the next hour passes. Paprika hangs up after saying that the meteor is going to crash his house in a minute. You brush it off in an excuse, but surely, after a small explosion, it seems in the background. Huh? Nonetheless, you gather the courage within yourself and make your way back to the apartment block. Oh boy. So here you are, standing before you the very doors that originally leads you to this forsaken room. A place in which you have formed a genuine connection to the person you are now supposed to kill. You keep on telling yourself this is the formality you've done before, but you can't help but feel that you're not telling the truth all at all. There's an invincible weight put in your very shoulder as you lean your back against the door. Oh gosh. You're having a headache. You try to grind yourself to past pressing his hands. You try to ground yourself by pressing your hands on the hard wood. It helps you calm down just a little. So what now? How much money did Nodvox offer again? You don't remember exactly, but it was definitely a number of at least 5 zeros. Was it worth it though? The money would be enough to keep going on around 4 to 5 months. Rent a simple place even. Think about it, Sarl. You wouldn't have to live like a sewer rodent. Maybe finally afford a damn bed. Did you have it in you, though? Of course you don't. This isn't like the first time. That sorrow is gone. Lost to the sound of blood splatter. That sound you swore the spies have yet grown accompany to. You really are pathetic, aren't you? Gosh! Damn it! Cyril! Act like an adult for once in your life. If you're going to let him go, the cops would find you for sure. And if it's not the cops, then surely not Vox would. You let out a small, shaking breath and finally pushed the door open, applying a very different feel to it than before. Oh gosh. Puzzles is watching you once again. The smile on his face screen would be welcoming if not for the sour circumstances. Cyril! How excited of you to see you again! You vanished last night. He dropped a grin. You can only imagine my displeasure when I once again found myself being bound to this very chair, especially upon considering our lovely conversation last night. I didn't know you could be able to express yourself considering your typical misdemeanor, if I may put it that way. He smirks at you, expecting an annoyed expression or a groan. But you hold on to your stop sign tighter instead, feeling the metal press against your wires silently. He knows that, unfortunately. Now that I mention it, you seem off. Don't worry, dear. You didn't say anything crass while drunk. He sure is thinking I'd be the cause. But... oh, he couldn't be more wrong about it. That's not it. Not this time. Your words hang in the air, and he proceeds to break the silence by brushing it off. Is it the fact that you slept last night again like yesterday? You do look like you used to that, though. That's not oh, I know, it's probably because you leaned on me then. How silly of you to get so worked up about it. I didn't mind, so why should you? It was a generic main character open-up screen you find in every animated movie that's just announced a passion into it. It's not to be assured that oh, you swing your sign for it to stop just a little short of Puzzle's face, which effectively makes him freak out a bit. He tries to chuckle, but the sound gets caught up by his throat upon seeing your stoic expression. You pull the sign from the wall, then point to the right with your hand. Look! At the calendar! It comes up once more aggressive than he would like it to be. April 19th. My deadline. You let the thought of wonder in the air. Puzzle's face doesn't look so much scared, it's just shocked. You slowly put your arm back down, then ball it up into a fist. But, do you know how it is like being homeless, Puzzles? Wandering from place to place, sleeping on the ground, being a beggar, hearing all these insults thrown at you for wanting to survive, knowing that your family won't help you because you decided to follow your dreams like a goddamn fool. Puzzles grimace at that just slightly. I want to get out of that. I want to have a life, not just survive, and taking you out is the only way to do it. Oh, Sarl. That was just a breathtaking performance! The expressions, the voice acting. It almost makes a grown man cry, I tell you. You're absolutely flabbergasted and a little mad. Anywho, I've been sent to kill you! That's my job! Don't you understand? You're desperate to make that cut through his thick skull and whoever he has there. I'm a hitman. Do you know how many people that have died by my hand? I'm counted. 31. 31 lives gone, all for a funny amount of cash from the one guy that's willing to hire me. Why don't you get a real job then, you must ask. You let out a low, humorless laugh. Do you think anybody would be willing to hire an abomination like me? I'm a bad person, Puzzles. But you have to understand, even if I were to let you go, my boss sure to get rid of me afterwards. He'll find me. Oh, forgive me for this. Wait! Give me a minute! You don't know the trophy of the villain's last words. He stares at you, almost pleading. You nod. His expression softens as he starts his rant. I met lots of bad people before. One thing I've learned, they aren't as black and white as some cartoons make them out to be. No, real villains, if I may put in that way, are multi-layered, raw, intoxicating the worst possible way. And that, my dear, is beautiful beyond belief in my eyes. There's only at least so much flat the main characters a person could stomach. Let me tell you that much. Yeah, I'm basically holding a freaking gun now. Like, what? People want to see someone being drama, actions, and tears to the show. And traditional villains do just that. The average Joe will surely brush it off as big, bad evil doing wicked ordeals. And I'd like to think that the sea of nation there's someone who likes to understand where the bad guy is coming from. And you're quite the interesting sentiment, Sorrow. Against all odds, you're on both sides of the spectrum just like myself. But I'd like to ask you to consider joining me. Together, we'll sure to create the most wonderful works of art, as well as to bring the worst upon that pesky SMG4 and his crew. Let's help ourselves, Sorrow. Let's create something beautiful. But if you still decide on following through with the original plan, then go ahead. Just Don't let not Vox touch my dead body. Oh god. It's up to you now. I don't have the guts to do this, man. I can't do this. I can't bear to shoot somebody that we have grown attached to. We had the option to either kill him or spare him. No. I won't do it. I won't pull the trigger. Let's spare him. You drop the pistol to the ground. I won't let those higher-ranking bastards destroy my life anymore. I won't let them ruin the one genuine friendship I made in my life. You take out a knife and cut the ropes that bound him with one swift move. Aw, we did it! Yeah, we're basically just letting him out. Yeah, so basically we're just letting him go like this? You're right. Let's help ourselves. And look at him! He's now standing. Like, look at this lovely little figurine. Now that he's not out of the ropes, we can see him fully. It'll be a pleasure to work for you, sir. You salute to him as he sits there a little more than flabbergasted. So soon, though, he puts on a large, goofy grin. Aye, such wonderful character development. The main character finally accepts the contrariety of their companion. But there's still something I'd like to clarify. I'm afraid you won't be working for me, dear. Instead, you'll be working with me as two partners in crime. Yay! That's even better! Or perhaps just partners. You never know. Aw, partners in crime sounds really wonderful. It could lead to something so special. This is a better outcome right there. He winks at you before chuckling lightly. Now, let's abandon the musky stuff, shall we? He gets up from the chair dramatically, then freezes. Wait, how about the guns you set up on me? They broke on the third day, actually. I forgot to tell you. What? Sorry. He takes a deep breath and quickly composes himself. We'll talk about this later. We have more pressing matters to discuss and plans to take care of. Puzzles points again with his hand at the ceiling, reminding you of his showman persona. Before now does it dawn on you how expressive the guy is, you like it. He gives me You give him a small, recurrent smile. You know you can never truly match his energy, but you hope it makes him happier nonetheless. He seems to appreciate it. Aw, and now we're just walking away together. Like, see, we're now out of this whole musky place, and we are going to start a life together. That's beautiful right there. You know, I really like the added in, like, there's no color in any of the backgrounds. Like, it's all just silhouettes right here of what you can imagine what this place would look like in color. First things first, we're going to my studio. I bet your silly microwave head is in absolute shambles ever since I left. And the grand Puzzlevision movie is about to release tomorrow. Let's not waste any more time than necessary. It's not a night we're going to be sleeping, though, Sorrow. Oh, and I could use some writing help here. He finally turns to you, stopping to let you catch up. If you'd be up to it, of course. You're a little stunned, but a shimmer appears in your eyes. I want nothing more, sir. Aw, that's great, so we're gonna pursue our life as a writer. That's just like we wanted here. So eager, I can appreciate that. He lets a hand on your shoulder and continues walking down the street. You see, the first thing I'm going to need you to do is... You listen to him go on about tomorrow's script. You do think you felt this happy. You understood in your own life. And for once, you don't care what happens next as long as you two face it together. Aw, well that's wonderful. Good end. Looking forward, lover. Aw, yeah, so... Oh god. Why is there like a creepy silhouette right there? Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's pretty creepy, honestly. Wait, why does it keep doing that? Yeah, you could definitely see the little scripts that we have done right there. Little bits of doodles here and there. And also the script that we made right there. So yeah, basically this is the prologue exactly as to how the movie's gonna be right here. Aw, and then we have also the other stuff too. Wait, it's like recapping all the previous lifestyles probably as to what happens in the near future, but instead we're here. And yes, we can see a Leggy headcanon right there. Yeah, Leggy's so cute in this matter. Like, look at her. Of course, there's Mario with the pizza. and all this other stuff here. Oh my god, in that one part with the whole thing with the freaking brain rot event, and of course the one with the dignity one. Oh, they stumble Mr. Puzzles. I'm a psych ward now because the SMT4 crew called the police on him. I called the center a few times, but they won't let me talk to him. I'll tear their heads off if they let a bruise on that TV twink. Talk to you later. Besides, P.S. I tried calling Alexa and Paprika, but they wouldn't answer. I can't blame him. I wanted to get along with the killer either. Aww. Dear Diary, we managed to get in contact. He seems I'm babbling about some Twoof and Mr. Weapons. When I asked him when I get him out, he said he would make that weapons guy do it since he doesn't want me to overwork myself. I think he just doesn't want me getting hurt, but that's just a thought. Whatever happens now, it will be fine. Our asses have been kicked way too many times with this to be the last of us. I'm running out of paper. Oh no. Catch you later. Aww. Well, that certainly is something right there. So, yepper do, people. That was basically the game right here. A Wire of Love. Yeah, so basically we got here all these characters that are wanted, of course. And that was basically a sweet little, one of the sweet endings we got here. Basically, we spared Mr. Puzzles and we're going to be working with him together. And I guess it showcases all the previous episodes he's been in. So that's really cool that they actually referenced that. Thanks for playing. Yep, this is definitely a really nice game that I have played today. So yes, thank you very much for letting me play this lovely little masterpiece right there. Okay guys, so that's going to be it for today's video. So thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, give it a like, so it's everything, or share hassling me. And hopefully you're looking forward for new videos in the future. So I better be going now. Bye guys. Yeah, bye.